Oh yeah, buddy. What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Look at it. Read it. Toxic masculinity. Because when crap hits the fan, nobody's looking for a feminine male. Ugh. But guess what? That's not what we're talking about today. We're not talking about all that stuff on the internet about that particular topic. Today we're talking about something actually a little bit more lighthearted. We're talking about how you should be rewarding yourself. Let's go ahead, get into it. So yeah, you heard me right. Today we're talking about rewarding yourself. All that hard work and dedication and focus that we normally talk about. In this video, we're talking about what you should do to give yourself a little pat in the back. Because sometimes you need to be the one to give yourself a pat in the back. Maybe you're getting pats on the back from other people, but you need to still do it for you. You know, give yourself a little something nice. Now, the way you reward yourself for a goal doesn't need to be waiting to the end of the trip, the end of the journey, where you reach the goal to reward yourself. You can have a big reward when you finally make it to the end, right? But getting to the end often is a process of its own, right? Navigating the still waters or sometimes turbulent terrain, the oceans of vast crappiness. You deserve a little something for combating that on a day-to-day to get to where you really want to be, right? So you can be giving yourself a little something daily, maybe weekly, maybe monthly, depending on the time frame and the goal. Don't wait till the end. Give yourself a little something until then. Let's talk about what constitutes a small reward, right? Obviously, buying a car. You go out, you want to get yourself a Urus as a small reward. Probably not, right? But other things can be small rewards, right? Maybe an hour video game, maybe watching a movie, some shopping. Everybody likes to buy some new stuff, right? Shopping isn't just for the girls. It's for you too. New kicks, new outfit. Maybe you get some new wheels for your car. Maybe you get a new wrap for your car. All depends on what your money situation is and the goal that you're working towards, okay? So when can you have a small reward, right? When is that okay to give yourself something for your small goal, right? Keep in mind that, like I said before, sometimes a big goal can take months to reach. So if you have something that takes you a while to reach, oftentimes there's steps that you take weekly, oftentimes maybe even daily, that build the steps and the blocks to reach the higher podium that you're trying to get yourself on top of. So that leaves the one question: when is it okay to have it, right? Let's say, for instance, as an example, there's several steps that make up the bigger goal. Let's say you want to enter a martial arts tournament in 3 months. Now calm down. Nobody said it has to be one championship fighting. Relax. There's a lot of tournaments out there. It could even be one local to where you live or even just at your dojo. Your dojos will often have tournaments and sparring matches and things like that. Let's say that's something you want to hop into, but you've never done martial arts before. You just had your first class and you're like, in 3 months, I want to do some kind of competition with my dojo. Leading up to that, it's going to take a few things, right? You're going to want to train when you're not at the dojo. You're obviously going to want to train and learn at the dojo. You're also going to want to be eating right, if you can, sleeping right, and obviously not messing up other parts of your life. Like, you don't want your money to suffer because you take this up. You know, it might. The goal is to make sure you keep everything on track while adding to your success. But you never, ever give yourself bad rewards, ever. Okay. The point is to reward yourself for each step you're taking on the path to the bigger goal. I just mentioned bad rewards. What's a bad reward? Well, it's important not to be rewarding yourself like you're a little toddler, right? That's a no-go. Like, you don't want to meet your goals and your smaller goals and then reward yourself with candy or something, right? That doesn't make sense. You don't want to reward yourself with anything that's going to not be a net positive for your lifestyle. Let's, for instance, let's say you wanted to take up video editing. So every day that you learned a new technique and got decent using that technique, you gave yourself a reward later in that day. And that might sound easy, but for any of you who have ever done video editing, you understand how difficult it can be to pick up new techniques. Sometimes just learning a single new transition or something along those lines deserves a reward, okay? So let's say that's what you do. Well, you also don't want to go eat a big friggin' hamburger, eat a bunch of fucking hot dogs that are gonna fatten you up. That doesn't make sense. That's not a good reward. So you do good with the video editing. Now you go eat like a slob and make yourself fat. Why do you think there's that stereotype about gamers? A stereotype which isn't wrong, by the way. Exactly. Because gamers beat a level and then go reward with themselves with pizza. So that brings us to what might be the main question for some of you, right? So if you're one of those people who are like, fuck it, man, the goal is the reward. The journey is the reward. Then you might be asking yourself, why even rewards? What's even the point? The reward you get at the end of the goal is the reward. And even the journey, just going towards it, that's the reward. Grind, grind, grind. Listen, I'll be honest. It's just to make the journey that much nicer. Think of it like this. Let's say you're on a plane going to a new country. It's exciting. You can't wait to get there. The beautiful stewardess offers you some refreshments, maybe a nice wine, a Chardonnay perhaps. Well, you take it. And the reason you take it is because it makes your flight to your new goal that much nicer. Either way, you're going to arrive, right? It's not going to slow you down at all either. You're just having a more pleasant experience getting to where you're going. Now, don't get it twisted. The world can be a miserable place. Absolutely. And that means that you have to be stern and unrelenting in your tactics. Absolutely. 100%. But it doesn't mean that you have to be miserable along the way. It doesn't mean that being successful and miserable have to go hand in hand. You can have fun and enjoy the process of your journey and have fun doing the things that you do that improve your life, right? Exercising shouldn't make you miserable. Learning a new skill shouldn't make you miserable. See, if you look at where you're trying to go in a negative light or something that you have to do rather than something that you get to do, you have to wake up and exercise rather than today you get to do abs, tomorrow you get to do arms, then you're already setting yourself up to fail. So look at what you do to improve yourself as something positive. And I don't say that just to mentally reprogram you. You probably need to do that as well. But I say it because it's true. You do get to wake up and exercise, make your body look much better than everybody else around you. You do get to move yourself towards that successful goal that's going to put you above everyone else around you. This is something you get to do, not something that you quote unquote have to do. Look at it that way, because that's not far from the truth. In fact, it shares a lot of truth with having to do something. Sure, you have to do something to be successful. You have to do something to look amazing, but you also get to do it. And man, does it feel good to be better than everybody else. Let me just tell you that. So that's the video for the day. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the trip, and reward yourself sensibly along the way, and make it to your new goals with a smile. God Connecticut. See you in the next video. Get out and smack some ass. And grab some breast. Be the best. Put them titties to the test. Yeah!